Music can only mean one thing, Loco sports fans. It's wrestling season in the Loco. The Loco Grind is back, presented by Reverence Wrestling Club. Justin Jarrett, joined by Rob Mitchellish?
Mitchellich it is, man, but Mitch is good.
Mitchellich?
Yeah,
Coach Mitch from
that's it.
Battery Creek now, former Robert Smalls coach and referee extraordinaire. Always my favorite ref in the Loco. No shade, George Dixon, but I just love seeing Coach Rob. He's always got a smile on his face. You've always got a grimace when you're wrestling, when you're riffing that match, wanting to call that stalling. No, just playing with George. We're gonna get George in here real soon. I didn't get the word out to him in time this time, but maybe we can get him in here later on tonight even. But wanted to get you guys in because you were both in the frying pan yesterday at the JCS Memorial Tournament. Coach Hagan, of course, running like a chicken with no head for a couple of days, trying to get that thing off and running and then get through the day. But a successful tournament for a great cause, and we all got to get back in the gym. It was great to see kids out there wrestling, more and more kids in the Low Country, and more girls. We've got a few girls from Hardyville. I love seeing more girls wrestling. That thing is taken off. So welcome, boys, to a new season of Loco Wrestling and the Loco Grind.
Thanks for that. I'm excited. Hey, shout out to Dixon, man. Listen, Dixon's been a great teacher, man, of officiating. So anything I got, it's from him.
You've been trying to talk shop.
No, he's the best. I was just giving you, I was glazing you a little bit, but no, Dixon's he's the dean. He's my favorite wrestling ref of all time, no doubt about it. Most of them I have beef with, but not him. But Hagan, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I think we had some of the best at our tournament. Got a couple coaches.
Well, you had my least favorite, that's for sure.
At least two of them, but I had a bunch of the middle schoolers go up into my room and take a bunch of the food from the hospitality room, and they're like really angry about that. And I was like, hold up, we got 100 meals coming, like boxed meals coming. Don't fret. We will get you fed. We will get you drinks, whatever you need. So.
I don't think after that coaches meeting, I don't think I re-entered that complimentary room, man. So
yeah, I kept on getting radio calls on the radios like, we need a coach for Battery Creek in the JV gym. Like looking, I'm like,
well, listen, coach. I told our guys, I said, listen, don't step on that mat unless you got a coach in the corner, man. I don't care if those refs are bullying you around. And so I think they took it serious, man. So,
I want to say it was a good football field length from like one gym to the other one. So you're kind of like pacing down the halls back and forth. Kind of sucks how it's like so far.
Yeah. I had to coach softball in the morning, so poor Gearhart was running back and forth between the gyms until I was able to get over there for a few hours and help him out and just kind of camp myself in the JV gym. But it's a great setup, but it is you get your steps in. That's for sure. If you're trying to do both, and that's the curse of trying to grow your program. I mean, you love to have more kids out, but the more you have wrestling at any given time in either given gym, and you're running all over the place. So we all need help. If you're a wrestling, a former wrestler who wants to get into coaching, I guarantee you there's an opportunity for you if you're available on Saturdays to go nomading around with us and get in somebody's corner and help out on with their program. So, but yeah, good showing from some Loco squads. Bluffton looked really strong. They edged you out, Rob, for first place, but you guys were just 10 points behind them with a young group, a lot of now sophomores, right? Most of these guys that you coached when you were at Robert Smalls, and now they've come up to Battery Creek and are looking really strong. Some of my guys, I have such a bond with these guys. Benke was in the finals. Perez was in the finals. Martinez placed. I remember all these guys from a couple of years ago. And you got a good group over there, don't you, this year?
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, that was definitely one of the reasons, taking over, was these guys, up in the halls at Robert Small trying to get these guys out and plugging along and, just watching them grow and, has been exciting. And definitely big shout out to Benke and in the finals there. He's wrestling pretty tough. And, so, yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, man. And then a little bit of a different story for you, Hagen. You got only one returning state qualifier, whereas Rob's got like 8. But you've built a program. I mean, we saw all the propaganda in your classroom. You've been recruiting at the middle school level for a few years now and building that program up, and you got a bunch of guys out and filling all those weight classes with kids who have come up through the ranks. So, how did you feel about your showing yesterday? Obviously, a great showing from your returning state qualifier, Kevin Summers, with the championship 190. But you had some other guys that are coming into their own as well.
Well, we've had 2 transfers come in. One's from Alabama, one from Georgia, but they're both originally from like Effingham, Georgia. They look promising. We have a good bit of kids that only been like wrestling for 2 weeks, so I mean, just to get them out on the mats is huge. And to see what like a full match is. Kevin was amazing. A lot of our guys, when we did our hydration testing, like what we had planned on was like, hey, let's do conditioning for a while and then bring them into hydration testing and maybe they'll be on weight. Well, no, it's like they ate Thanksgiving dinner the day before our hydration testing because Kevin was shooting for 175. You know, he wrestled 165 last year. He was shooting for 175, and his weight management only allowed him 190. I was like, well, it's Kevin. He'll be fine. And he goes out there and he gets gold in 190. So I'm not sure what he'll want to go for state. We'll see where he's at and what the competition looks like come that time. But a lot of those kids that we have a good handful of kids that have been in like the middle school program that are freshmen now. But I mean, we're pretty green as far as our lineup goes. But it's nothing that we can't work with, you know.
Yeah.
It's all this. I tell my kids everything right now you're going through is practice leading up to the big show in like January and February. You know.
Well, looky here, boys. We're joined by the man himself, George Dixon, jumping in with us. What's going on, buddy?
Gentlemen, how's everybody tonight?
Coach, how you doing, man?
Good,
Our
man.
voices are all a little raspy. We're a little tired,
Yeah,
but we're happy that it's wrestling season.
no doubt. Yeah, I was up in Columbia yesterday at River Bluff. We had our officials clinic, makeup clinic, and they had a scrimmage, 20-team scrimmage. Had some girls up there as well. About 250 matches with the girls. So.
All right, good deal, good deal. We were just talking a little bit about the JCS Memorial yesterday at Bridges Prep and some of the local kids who did well. Bluffton and Battery Creek coming in at the top of the standings. Hilton Head with a good showing as well, and then Alex's Bridges Prep team not far behind them. Some champs, Oscar Roman from Bluffton got your guy Perez in the finals. Great showing from Perez, beating Fontana. As badly as he did in the semis was impressive. The bigger Fontana, they're the same age, they're twins. Joey majored LaFountain from JP2 at 113, and your guy Mitch Ding placing third from Battery Creek. Good Lowco showing in that bracket. Top 3. Lawson is back at Bluffton. Andrew Lawson, he was over in Savannah last year. He finished second at 120. He looks solid. Almost let one get away in the semis, but he was able to win it in overtime. Bryce Stevenson from Hilton Head, I was surprised he got beat. Did anybody see that match? McIntosh Academy kid beating him?
I missed that one, no.
Yeah, that's a little surprising.
McIntosh was pretty strong going into the tournament. I mean, they placed third?
Yeah, they did. They placed third. But just Stevenson, he's a guy that he doesn't lose many, you know, so
I think their coach wrestled for Navy back in the day.
Okay, that'll do it. And then your guy Jenkins placed in fourth at 126.
Trevon, he had to take a medical forfeit. He got
I saw that.
Concussion. Yeah, you know his whole family were wrestlers. I think his brothers were like studs back in the day at Beaufort High, or was it Battery Creek?
Or Battery Creek, one or the other.
I just see his dad over there with a camera. So he makes sure his son's watching that video when he gets back home, you know, like, or you did this wrong, you gotta do this, you know. So analyzing that film.
Love that.
Some families, it's life, man.
Theo Johnson coming in second at 132. Good showing there for your guy, Rob. Pittman from Hilton Head was third at 132. King from Colleton placed second at 138. Brady Wall from Bluffton was runner up at 144, and Cole Sowers from Hilton Head was third. CJ Florencio from Hilton Head runner up at 150. Brock Cox, our guy Chad Cox, the son. It's so weird to see these kids that we grew up with that started out with this Low Country Wrestling Club are now on high school rosters. It's wild. My son's in the May River program now, so I get a little inside glimpse of what's going on over there, which we'll talk about them some more tonight. Nate Najjar, champ at 157. Great stuff from him, Coach.
Yeah, man. He's been a leader in our room, man. He's wrestling tough, and he's got some big goals, and we're proud of him, man. He hit the ground running this year.
And I'm sure he's scrapping with Martinez, who finished second at 165. I love that kid since middle school. He's really tough.
Yeah, he's a brawler, man. He's a grinder, man. He's going to go out there. He's going to try to push the pace and try to break in the third period, So, but yeah, those two have been scrapping in the wrestling room, man, together, just pushing each other. So, I love to have both those guys in there.
You love it when you get a younger guy and a veteran guy that are around the same weight, and that veteran guy, especially when he's kind of the lighter guy, but he can push that other guy around, that younger guy, and start to mentor him. That's always awesome. And that's when the magic happens.
Chris is always coming off me when Nate's not around. He's like, Coach, you gotta show me how to do this, man. Nate keeps getting me in this, this part here, So so he's pushing, he's trying to go after him a little bit in the room. So it's good to see. Good to see.
I love that stuff. That's the best. Alex Florencio from Hilton Head was runner up at 175, and Jacob Vordich from JP2. Wasn't he at Bluffton before? Vordich? I feel like that name was at Bluffton. But
I feel like he picked up his ship everywhere. I had one of Chase's kids, Zig. He's pretty experienced. I think he did the JV. I think he got fourth. But
10-4. So that was 175. Your guy Summers, we talked about him winning the title at 190, but May dropped to 75 and then weigh his options. Brown from Bluffton, third at 190. Another champ for you, Coach. Pharrell Myers. I got to see him Friday when we went and rolled around with you guys a little bit, and man, he looks impressive, and he got a nice. Won a tough bracket there at 215. That's always a tough weight. So you got to be excited about him and Benke placing second at 285. It's always good when you got good heavyweights in there.
Yeah, Pharrell definitely, he came into the season, he's got some big goals. He was, working hard in the football season, so he's been, doing some extra conditioning and strength and stuff. And his brother Khalil, we're looking forward to getting him back too. He just wasn't ready for, talking about the SEM plan and stuff like that. He just wasn't ready. So we're hoping to get him back too. But they've been pushing each other and they're grinding away. So definitely excited to see where they go.
Will one of them be able to get to 190, or are they both too big?
Yeah, I mean that's the plan, So we're working on that right now.
I just didn't know. And those upper weights, you get such a broad gap between weights. Sometimes you get those guys that are just kind of in between. They just can't quite get down to the next weight. They're 240 or they're 210. And
we got lightweight. We got like a 212 guy. We've been bumping up to heavyweight. He's a senior. But the thing is about you're smaller at that 285 division. You're a lot quicker than the guys. But the key thing, getting those big guys down and then working. Once you get them down,
you just don't want to get on bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets tough on bottom.
That's coaching strategy. You got to know not to put that kid underneath him, right?
I've been there, Coach. You want to pick down. You're trained to go down, but you're like, maybe we'll go neutral this time.
Yeah, exactly. But Banks from Bluffton finishing third in that 215 class, and our guy Calustro from Hardyville coming through and finishing fourth. That was a big highlight for us. I think he got one win last year at your tournament in the JV division. and got skunked on the varsity level. It's so hard for a kid who's never wrestled before to step out and wrestle varsity, and just never. You feel like you never get that kid you can handle. You're just always swimming against upstream. But he in this second year he broke through. He got 2 wins this weekend, so I think that's great for him. Going to be great for him. And then another guy, Ty Gilliard, Damian Gilliard, wrestled all season last year. I thought he was our best technical wrestler for most of the year, and it just never happened for him. He was in a tough weight. He never got a win, but he got 2 yesterday in the varsity 157 bracket and was a win away from placing. So really excited for those guys to get a jump on their season. And then we had a bunch of new kids wrestling for the first time and just kind of getting that eye-opening experience that you get the first time the other person is like, you don't know them and they're trying to kill you, like trying to dominate you. It's eye-opening. It's a different speed and intensity to it. One kid came off and he goes, "Coach, what the hell just happened?" And I was like, "Well, you got caught, man. He caught you in a chin lock and whipped you to the mat and pinned you." And he goes, "That was amazing." I was like, yeah, it's a rush. And it's even more of a rush when you do it to somebody else and they raise your hand at the end. So just wait for the day that comes. But great experience yesterday. Great job, Hagen and company, for pulling it off. We all know how much work it is and how many things have to go right and many go wrong, and you still have to power through and get it done anyway.
I think that's the most people we've ever had on campus ever. There was no parking.
There was no parking left.
My dad came in from Savannah because he wanted to watch the team wrestle, and he's like, "I don't know where I'm gonna park." He had to park in the grass behind the school or something because there was no parking whatsoever. I mean, like, it's not as big as May River and those like Effingham tournaments and stuff, but I mean, like, the place was slammed. I mean,
Yeah.
the parents were like, I know what my flyers said, we would have all the finals in the big gym, but the fact of the matter was we couldn't do that because there was the new gym was slammed.
Yeah, it was too many people.
The auxiliary gym was slammed. I was like, I can't bring those people into this all into one gym. Like, I'm gonna have the fire marshal come like knocking on the door,
But not a bad problem to have, right?
Yeah,
Right.
I guess.
I mean, the only way you could do it is if you did it like they used to do it back in the day, or at least in Kansas. I don't know about everywhere else, but they used to clear the gym, and then 2 hours later was the finals. And you went and you ate and you came back and watched the finals. But people don't want to make it an all-day affair. I mean, I remember my grandpa and I used to get up before dawn and head out to wherever we were going to the tournament, and we wouldn't leave that place till the finals wouldn't be over till 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like, it was all day, and some of them started on Friday. So they don't know how easy they have it when we're getting out by 4:30. That's an easy day's work in wrestling.
I mean, I'd have to give thanks to Brian Maynard and Todd Pauly for like helping it flow. I mean, we had a couple hiccups at the start, some bout sheets missing, but like we had a lot of volunteers that helped to make it work, and parents. I want to throw a thank you out to. They made a killing at concessions. They told me, the ladies at concessions told me they had to make 6 separate trips to Walmart for more food throughout the day. That's how much money they were making. Like, so all
And
that
we were
money's
raising
going
money for American Cancer Society, right?
American Cancer Society, and then we also save a portion for the JCS Memorial Scholarship.
Yeah.
We give it to the most outstanding senior on senior night. So
Got a pretty good idea where that one's going this
But
year. But
Kevin's like our last wrestler that actually was on the team with Josh and knew Josh. So that was pretty special that he got first place.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I guess he's probably the front runner to claim that scholarship this year. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes as the season
He gets
progresses.
a couple other scholarships too, if you know what I mean. He keeps
Like
it going.
an offer.
Well, I think I know who your ref's going to be that night. So, yeah.
Hey, well,
I
listen,
for
I
senior
think I
night.
might know
I
who
know
your
who your
opponent's
opponent's
going to
going to
be.
be.
Yeah. Are you guys coming?
Yeah, we're going to be there.
Are we coming to that too?
I know y'all are coming for our military appreciation night with
Okay, that's it.
Bob Fob. Been struggling with getting the Marine Corps color guard because the government was on shutdown for so long. But if we have to, we'll get like one of our wrestlers' parents runs the RTC program at one of the local schools. We can always bring them in to present colors. But I know Dixon was at that one last year. Are
Yeah.
you do that one this year too?
I do believe I'm going to be there. Yeah.
All right, cool. You're gonna wear that cool like referee like officials outfit with an American flag on it again.
I will probably bring that one for that night.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
You know, Dixon's got a special referee uniform for every kind of special occasion.
Dude, man,
He's
I
got a
got them all.
closet
I
full.
think I need to get one maybe for St. Patty's Day or something. Throw back to Savannah with maybe a Spanky's chicken on it or something. I don't know.
Man.
With the
There
middle
you go.
finger.
With the middle finger. Yeah. So,
Well, boys, we also got the rankings came out from scmat.com. No surprise that May River is back at the top of the 4A rankings after returning a lot off last year's state championship team. And I can tell you, my kid tells me every day about what it's like in that room, and they're planning on another one. I mean, they're grinding over there. He's in those lower weights, and it's one of those programs where you don't even think about sniffing that lineup as a freshman unless you're an absolute horse, because he's got Stefano Calderon, Little Butler, Seaman,
Miles
Oak, like
down
all
there
those
too.
guys in front of him. I said that's what it was like for me coming up as a freshman too. You looked around you and yet state champs or state runner ups at your weight and the weight below you and the weight above you, and you just said, well, this year's not looking great for me to get in the lineup, so I better just get as good as I can get. But they're looking tough. Beaufort coming in at number 13, just ahead of Bluffton at 16, Hilton Head at 20. I think those three could end up going any which way, depending on how some guys develop. But May River definitely looks like the team to beat in that region. But man, good showing from Bluffton at your tournament, Hagen. They look pretty
It's
stiff.
gonna be. I will say this. It's gonna be. I'm not trying to switch gears here, but it's gonna be interesting on how all these teams pan out with the realignment coming up in January. I know we're most likely going to be 3A, but I mean, I'm like, we'll take on whoever, whenever. I don't care. I mean, AJ, he went to North South and he didn't get first at 2A for state championship.
Right.
But he beat the 5A state champion at North South. So, I mean,
Yeah.
anytime, records don't matter, classifications don't matter.
I wish we had an all-state championship, like where all the state champions went into bracket
Like
and wrestled
majority
each
of
other. That would
states
be
in the United
fire.
States.
Yeah, that'd be fire. To see the 5A, two champs from 5A, the 4A, the 3A, the 2A. Let the Skiza in too. Let's see who's the best in the state in every weight class. That'd be amazing. 3A rankings, Rob. You guys are looking pretty good here at number 8 to start the season. A lot of respect on the strength of those returning state qualifiers, but I'm sure you would love to prove you're better than that, better than the top 8.
Hey, that's something that, as a team, we've been preaching more than any individual, championship is us, coming in, building that team camaraderie and those team goals and getting on the mat and, fighting for each other. We talked about, how we're going to do at regions against Hanahan and how we're going to go, against that in that lower state tournament. And, we're looking at, the Waccamaw and Aner and I know Coach Rutherford, heading over to Waccamaw. I know they're going to be well coached up over there. We're setting our eyes on those, and we definitely want to go out and compete against those guys. And, so that is our goal, man. Hopefully, get out and compete with them. And, we're trying to mesh and get to those goals.
Do y'all have like
Yeah,
a regular
Waccamaw.
season match with Waccamaw?
No duel unless we meet them in
In the playoffs.
I'm not sure if they're going to be over. We're going to go into Bluffton duels and JP duels, and
Oh yeah,
I got to check that list again, see if see if they'll be over there.
yeah, that'd be cool. Or a playoff matchup. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
To have the old coach back in town, or vice versa, if you had to go to them. Great guy. I miss Rutherford. He's awesome. Look forward to seeing him at a tournament at some point, I'm sure. But 2A, 1A rankings, no love for you, Hagen. They didn't
Yeah,
believe
that's
in that
every
army
year.
you're building over there. But just
Every
prep
single
all the way
year.
down there at 17.
Man, Lake City right here, they're just a bunch of football kids with no technique. Timberland's pretty solid. I love their coach.
I did too.
Philip Simmons has got some hammers on their team, but last year they didn't even have a full team when we faced them. It was
You guys were in the lower state finals last year, and they got you in 17th. So
yeah, they don't believe in us yet.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, I mean, you had one returning state qualifier, and that's what a lot of it is based around.
yeah, exactly.
Pal, you got Pal riled up.
Yep.
Talking smack on Lake City.
That's what it seemed like when I was like at state, and they were just like cock diesel dudes, and they just seemed like they were just like double leg blasts every time.
Yeah. If you're good at it.
Exactly. I don't know. That's what it seemed like when I was at state.
Simple works when simple is explosive,
True.
John Paul ranked 4th in the Skeezer rankings coming in, a testament to what Bill Demude started and Greg Lawrence has continued. And they had, that's a technique, Pal says.
Is Camden Military still like in the playoffs in football right now? Because
no, they
did not do so hot this year. And last year they did a hell of a lot better.
No, they were real bad at football this year. So they may just not have
the numbers must be down or something, because I want to say they got 3rd last year at our tournament.
And this year they were way down there.
Yeah, they weren't as good this year. Don't get me wrong, they got some studs on their team, like some big dudes, but they didn't do as hot this year.
10-4, 10-4. So there's your rankings. And how many girls you guys have? You got any girls, Hagen? You got a couple, right?
One high schooler and 2 middle school girls.
All right. How many you got, Rob? You got a few.
Yeah, actually, we got a pretty good amount out. It was like started with 2 or 3. One of the girls from middle school I had, and and then one will recruit another one, another recruit another one, and now we're up to like 9 or 10. So we got a decent amount, and I know Hilton Head's reaching out, and we're trying to match up stuff like that. For Tuesday. So, Dixon, I don't know if you're going to be there on Tuesday for us, but I was planning on reaching out
Tuesday night.
So.
You know it. Odds are always good. Somebody's blowing whistles. George is probably there. But we
don't have numbers. Ty, my son's back this year. He's repping.
Love Ty.
Yep. So he's back on the mat. But other than that, really, until January, it's myself, Ty, and Will Carter. That's it, really, for our high school stuff. And the rest of them will have to come out of Beaufort. Out of Charleston. And then in January, we get Guy Vanderweiss back, Snowbird out of Wisconsin. But, so our numbers aren't great on the whistle side.
You got to get Chavez in there, man. I'm telling you. He did pretty good.
Well, we had him, Elmer, from Battery Creek, talked about it. We do have Oscar Flores, who used to wrestle for Bluffton. He's going to come in this year, but he's a first-year guy, so he'll be doing some middle school stuff and maybe some JV. But he won't be available yet for the high school stuff.
What about
we already put out a call for assistant coaches. We'll put out a call for refs as well. If you have wrestling experience and you want to give back to the next generation, and you don't have the time to coach, but you maybe need a little extra pocket cash, come on out and ref on Saturdays.
The money ain't bad. You coaches know we're getting paid decent. And, from the timing side, hey, you guys got to wait for that last parent to come pick up the kid. We're already sitting at the bar having an adult beverage, and then we head on home, afterwards. But yeah, you guys are there till midnight waiting for that last crazy parent who didn't get their kid.
Hey,
You're probably at the bar by the time we all get on the bus.
Well, maybe depends on which one I'm hitting. Of course, I might just meet Rob over at Bojangles and have some chicken and sweet tea. So who knows?
I'm down. Just let me know.
All right. Yeah.
You boys been keeping up with the college dual season? It's my go-to during wrestling season as a recruiting
I watched
tool
the
to
Ohio
put on college duels on YouTube.
It was Ohio State, whatever that Money Bank Duels Championship they did the other day.
Yeah, the Paycom thing. Yeah, Paycom.
Yeah, those national duels that they had. Yeah. I saw there was a pretty big pocket, that for those winners.
Yeah, Ohio State got $200,000 to win it, and then I think they got more money for like the number of takedowns or whatever that they got. So they got something over $200,000 for winning it.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Penn State opted out of that.
Kale opted out. They had a duel that Friday night, but yeah, he said he had too many guys that were involved with world championship titles and that sort of thing. He had like 7 or 8 kids that were wrestling at some level of the world championships, and so yeah, they needed a break.
What's the rankings look like for college right now? Is it like, I think I saw Nebraska up there too.
Well, Nebraska was too going into the to the national duels, but then they got beat in the semis. They got smoked in the semis. So they're probably going to drop. We'll see. But I mean, obviously, Penn State's at the top. It was, like I said, Nebraska too, but they're going to drop. Ohio State will probably move up to 2.
I mean, Ohio State hasn't won the championship since 2015?
There's where it was going into those duels. But yeah, you got to guess Ohio State will jump to 2. I don't know how it shakes out after that. They smoked everybody, but Penn State wasn't in it. Oklahoma State, it's my boys from when I was a kid. There's been some good matches, man. There's been some great matchups early in the season, and looking forward to getting into the the indies and starting to see what the weight classes look like. But I'm more into college wrestling than I have been probably in my whole life, just because I'm putting one in my classroom, trying to get kids excited about wrestling, trying to recruit. And it seems to be working. I mean, you can tell which kids are really paying attention and getting into it. And you're like, hey, are you into this? ¿Te interesa? ¿Te interesa la lucha libre? You know that one, right, Rob? If you don't, you can use that one. ¿Te interesa la lucha libre? Are you interested in wrestling? But
I always have that debate with the lucha libre. It's like, it's not lucha libre. It's not really the wrestling.
I know. It's not
but
really
no one knows
libre.
the term. No one knows the term for the actual American wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, that's the only word they have for wrestling. So I said lucha libre.
Well, we had a good time last week up on the Yorktown. That was a blast, and we had kind of like what you were talking about with parking. It was insane. The numbers were very high. It worked out much better this year because it wasn't late in the day, so we didn't have the slippery mats. They did 3 rounds.
How were the winds? I heard the winds were bad.
No, it was a little breezy. It wasn't terrible. It did pick up late in the day, that last round. The wind did pick up. But overall, I mean, it was, there you go. It was beautiful. You got the bridge in the background, drones flying around, that kind of thing. And, the wrestling was off the charts. They had Iowa's women's team there. They wrestled against Presbyterian, who was 5 at the time. I don't know if that knocked them down or what, but, they were number 5 going into that event. So you had some really good wrestling. it was kind of funny. Who was there? One of the academies, I think it was the Air Force. Air Force was there, and they had special singlets made by Cliff Keen, and they wouldn't put the logo. Everybody else had the logo for the Yorktown on the back left leg of their singlet, and the Air Force wouldn't do it. They put another logo, their own logo, Air Force logo, because they weren't going to push the Navy or whatever for that. So
You
that
gotta
was
love
pretty
the
funny.
pettiness. You gotta love the pettiness between the branches. It's
Yeah, right. So
part of the deal.
But then you had, Frank Jasper, who played Shoot in Vision Quest. The author, Jerry Davis, was there, and he was signing, autographing books and stuff. And so then they did Vision Quest that night, which we didn't stay for. We headed on home. But
I heard they
so
canceled it because the winds were like too bad for the inflatable thing they were using.
oh, was it? Yeah. See, I didn't stay for that part. And like I said, I know that third duel, the winds did start picking up. But we didn't stay for the tail of it.
You're gonna watch it for like the 200th time, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Lollapalooza for wrestling fans.
I tried to make my father-in-law watch it. He wasn't getting into it, but
He wasn't feeling it.
movie. It's a good 80s movie.
Yeah, it was good. Ty and I actually, after we got back from Yorktown on Tuesday, he's like, "Okay, Dad, I got Vision Quest pulled up. Let's watch Vision Quest." So, like, okay. But when I was coaching back in the day, we watched it every year. We'd set up a TV on the stage over the Christmas break, doing Christmas practices, and we'd watch Vision Quest. So.
I did that 2 years ago. We have like this projector screen in the elementary gym that you just press a button, it comes down, and then I have a projector. We watched it on the mats after practice one time. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Good times. Gotta love it. So what do you guys, what's up next for you, Hagen?
We go to JP2 first week of December on a Wednesday, and then Friday and Saturday is Hilton Head's like county championship thing. I think they're doing middle school on Friday. But
they are, yeah. Middle school's Friday. It's the only thing on Friday, and then the rest of it's on Saturday.
All high school divisions.
JV, I think they're talking about having a girls division too.
They are. JV girls and varsity are all on Saturday.
Yeah, and then what's awesome about his tournament is there's no like max amount of middle schoolers. So if because I have like 28 middle schoolers this year, and there's no max on it, so all of them get a match. You get on the mat, so that's what's awesome about that. Because like we got a Red Fox next week, and it's only varsity, and that is an intense tournament.
What are you doing on December 13th with your middle schoolers?
Hold on.
McCracken, we're hosting a round robin duels thing.
Hardyville will probably want in on that. We got a handful. We got a handful of middle school kids.
I think we're at Red Fox that day. I think.
We're in a duel, but we'd love to wrestle as many matches as we can.
That Red Fox tournament is like a lot of 5A teams. So.
Well, we're going to do round robin.
A few middle school kids, but they have a chance to be good.
Yeah, Justin was doing it as a round robin duels. So if you want to send them there as a dual team, they're going to get in 5, 6, duels probably. So
I mean, we can talk to other coaches about it. Then there's JP2's throwing their I think it's Reverence is hosting their tournament.
Yeah, the thing on the 20th. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be going to Edisto for a duels tournament because I was kind of excited for that because we've never actually done a duels tournament for middle school because we're kind of like left out for the county duels for middle school since we're a charter school. Right. So I wanted my guys to get that in.
Well, if y'all are up for it, let me know. Just shoot me an email to my school email address, and I'll send you the info on it or whatever.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yep.
There's a lot of wrestling coming up for sure. You mentioned the Lowco championships. That's the next big one, kind of like local major, so to speak. That'll be a good one.
He has to have it early too, because there's so much stuff going on,
Yeah, and then January you got all the qualifiers. So
I kind of like it early. because it just is like Rob said, it's a great chance for, or whichever one of you said it, it's a great chance for all those kids that haven't wrestled before to know that you're getting at least a couple of matches, and there'll be a lot more kids that are new, new to the sport at this event. It's just a great introduction, I think, for the whole, and on all the parents get to go to a local event early on and get acclimated to, because I mean, you guys know the first Saturday that you're gone all day. Some of the kids' parents are like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What did we sign ourselves up for?" So
You get
getting that first one out of the
what
way
time
is
does this
important.
end? What time does the tournament end? I'm like,
Yeah,
I know one. I know one of my
I
parents
don't
was like,
know
You're a good
how
salesman, coach. You got." I'm not looking forward to these.
I don't know how to tell you that there's no way for us to know when this will end.
I can tell you when weigh-ins are and when the tournament's supposed to start. That's about all I can get
Supposed
you.
to
That's
start.
Supposed
I
to,
can tell
exactly.
you that it probably won't start when it's supposed to start because there's about 1,000 things that have to go exactly right for that to happen. And they never do. It's starting with you getting your child to the bus on time. So it's a yeoman's effort to pull all this off, but we get it in somehow, some way every weekend, just about, and sometimes during the week as well. Although duels are much easier to
Yeah,
coordinate.
that's a little easier to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to duels. We have our first home duel in Hardyville history on the 4th against Whale Branch. Looking forward
Can you
to
guess
that.
who's
It looks
calling it?
like I know who's calling it.
Yeah.
And George is going to come do the George special, the dog and pony show, where he gives them the history of wrestling and
Tells
gets
them
them
about
in
a takedown, what
yeah,
needs to
he
happen for a
schools everybody
takedown
on
and a
what's about to
reversal.
happen. And it's just a really cool thing, and he does it better than anybody else of kind of just acclimating people to what they're seeing and helping them be able to enjoy it, because when you don't know what's going on, you really don't know what's
No.
going on out there. So to have somebody just kind of coach you through the basics in the patient way that George does is really cool, and it's going to be a great way to introduce our school community, many of whom are from cultures where wrestling isn't really prevalent. Latin American cultures, even I would say, it's in the Black community, it's still, not a new thing for a lot of families. Those of us who grew up in places in the Midwest or the Northeast, like it was just a way of life, but it's a new thing for a lot of people. And that doesn't mean they can't fall in love with it just like the rest of us did. And we're seeing that in real time. I know in our school where it's new, but also, Bridges, it was new not that long ago. And you guys got to see that too, where people had never been exposed to it the first time they get on the mat. I always tell kids, don't give up on it until you come to a practice. I will not stop pushing you to come check it out until you come to a practice and tell me, hey, it's not for me.
Coach. I always
But
go a
come
little
do it for a
further.
day.
I always go a little further and say, listen, don't give up on it until you get in shape. Get a little foundation on
Yeah,
you, because every sport sucks when you're out of shape, especially
well,
wrestling.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, no question. But at least, like, don't say it's not for me until you come try it. Like, see what it is. One thing that's benefited us this year is we've outgrown our little room. So we've had to start rolling out the mats in the cafeteria, and we put up a barrier around it, and say you can't come in here unless you're on the wrestling team. But all the kids who are waiting for their rides or waiting for basketball practice are gathered around like a gallery watching us practice and watching us scrap. And more kids are coming over and going, what's this about? And so I think getting a home match is going to be huge to get people to
you
see
got to get
live
one during
wrestling
the day, man. That's what really sells it. Like for
during
the
the
whole
school day.
school. Yeah, my admin's already like turned that down. But JP2 invited us to come over there one day, like one season. And I think that'd be awesome to do that during the school day. Like we did at my high school.
Yeah, I
We'd
think
have
we
our
can
wrestling
get our
for
admin
this.
on board for it. We've done that sort of thing before with like baseball game in the middle of the afternoon and that kind of thing. So we may be able to get that to happen. We're working on a spotlight too, which means we have
Yeah, that's
admin
like
support.
a whole grand for that spotlight, man.
I know. I know.
But it's totally worth it.
Working on it. It's so cool. It's so cool. I'm sure it won't be a grand. We'll have some, rigged up situation that's cheaper than a grand.
Hey, can you guys have a spotlight? I was talking to Mr. Cohen. I wasn't sure.
Oh, in my school? Oh, you actually sat down with him?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. We were looking at that divider, and I wasn't sure if you guys had a spotlight in there.
No, he's starting to buy more and more into the program. We actually have a couple board members, school board members, kids on our team, so we're definitely making some noise with them. So if we can only get a wrestling room, that'd be pretty awesome. So we're having to share it. We play basketball and stuff. You know how it is. I just hate having to roll up the mats. It's like horrible, especially for the old school Reslite mats. Like that's what we have. Mats.
Awful.
Because it starts curling at the ends, and you got to put plates on them.
Yeah, and it's just laborious work to roll them up and move them. It's so hard.
Like yelling at the kids, "Let's get the mats up! Come on, what are you doing?"
Down that hall.
They're like tying their shoes, untying them, then retying them. I'm like, "What are you doing right now?"
Wrestlers. Gotta love them. All right, boys.
Hey,
well, they're all about like that. Every wrestler is about like that. But we love them, and we love teaching them the sport and everything it teaches them about life and how to be resilient and not blame others. Just it's you in life going head to head, and you do the best you can, and then you come back and try to get better the next time. But it's great sport and great people involved around the Lowco. Love having you guys on to talk wrestling in the Lowco. We're going to be doing it much more as the season goes along, but we had to get it off and running tonight with our first episode. So thanks to Reverence Wrestling Club for always supporting what we do to cover high school wrestling in the Low Country and beyond. And Rob, also, I forgot to mention it, but your Bull Sharks Club was in action over the weekend as well, right?
Hey, yeah, man, they had a good showing, man. I'm just, the guy's good, man. I'm blessed to have, be able to give back to the community and, have that club up and running and, great families that, just kind of, help jump in and, even one of my, two of my assistants, they got their kids in there and, so it's, it's growing and, it capped off a little bit this year and it's good seeing this kid run around and just growing the sport, over here. So, definitely. They had a good little showing. We brought like 9, I think, same Saturday, and they wrestled pretty tough. That was cool.
They placed pretty well too, didn't they? For only 9.
Yeah. It was definitely cool. They were all, as I was at your tournament, they're all calling me, and giving me updates and stuff, and so.
Little bucks running around in the room.
Yeah.
I saw some video. You got some little animals, man. I mean, they got some killer instinct to them. They were going for the pins. So love to see it.
If we can only get
awesome stuff.
Figure out how we can have y'all at our school during the afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, it's a club for the community, man. So. So we're blessed to be a part of it and growing, especially on the side of the river, so.
Yeah, right on, man. All right, boys. Great stuff. Yeah, placed 12th out of 38, Ray reminds you, with only 9 wrestlers. So really good stuff from the Bull Sharks, the next generation of wrestlers north of the Broad. Well, thanks, boys, for hopping in to talk wrestling. Thanks to Reverence Wrestling Club for making it possible, and all our sponsors at Lowco Sports, especially our all-star sponsors, Mickelson Law Firm and WHHI TV. We're all going to take that Thanksgiving break and enjoy it, and then we'll be back to the grind next week. We got a whole bunch of duels on tap, and then that Lowco Championship coming up on Friday and Saturday of next week. So we'll see you on the other side of the holiday. For George Dixon, Rob Mitchelish, and Alex Hagan, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, keep grinding and go Lowco.